here we go. Episode 5. This is when it begins to get weird. So yes, if you thought it was weird already, it gets worse. It's mostly, let's see, if it's backloaded, that's the word. It's a mostly backloaded episode. Most of the interesting story bits are in the back. There's some action in the front. I actually extended the episode an extra, 5 or so minutes, because I was like, I want to get a good amount of story, and also some questionable shit near the end. Hopefully YouTube doesn't take issue with it. I made sure that there's no direct nudity. I was thinking the last episode I forgot to edit the audio of the gameplay down.
Motherfucker? Motherfucker.
So I'll try and make sure to do that in this. I'm gonna let Bad Motherfucker talk for a bit. He's entertaining.
Motherfucker. 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 Oh, motherfucker. Motherfucker. Oh, motherfucker. Motherfucker. Motherfucker.
I do plan on getting a dog.
Motherfucker. 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 Motherfucker.
Oh boy. The line's so long! It was about here that I was like,
Oh, God.
is that enough? Turns out he was just done. Also, I was out of it.
Motherfucker. 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 Motherfucker.
That fucking... That minute-long motherfucker had me in stitches when I was playing it. I wish it gave an actual numerical value. But it is a nice little perk to have for a build such as mine. Unfortunately, I will have to...
Motherfucker. Motherfucker. Motherfucker.
I'll have to edit out the furnace kicking in once in a while. I believe it was on earlier when I first started recording. So we're going to be coming in again. One issue with having companions, because I'm gonna have a bunch of companions, because I like companions, is that they'll be handling a lot of the combat for me, so I might not get all the practice I want to get in.
Motherfucker.
I want 6.
And of course, I'm stealing yet more things. I believe right now my level, my thingy is Fat Cat, because I'm evil and level 6? 5? That was too fast for me to see. But yeah, I was worried, because I was like, if it's longer than a minute, I'll just cut it. Thankfully, it was just a minute. I was worried that it was just going to be, like, ridiculously long. Although, I was also, like, half tempted to just, like, if it was, just letting it go. Just, like, the entire episode, just that. But I erred on the side of, oh, just do it for a minute.
Even the...
So, boy, that would've... on the one hand, that would've been funny. But on the other hand, it could have gotten... The episode would have just been, like, a joke episode. Nobody would... I don't think anybody would sit through a fucking hour of that. Also, it's ironic that the mod author and a lot of other people don't like Ulysses, but then, like, they create villains who are also somewhat long-winded. Which seems to be the one of the main problems with him, since that's how Bad Motherfucker responded to his existence. Of course, his arguments aren't the best either. And also he's just Chris Apollon. There's some great
Even the
funny
finest
shit
day
we're gonna
can
be
be
seeing
improved with care.
in this. Let's just be pointing out characters. Then we get to talk to Gara, we get to talk to Lust, we get to fucking... When I turn the character into a guy, there's Sasuke. Which is funny later on, because we're gonna listen to Sasuke, screaming. Pretty sure Yuri is Sasuke. He's also the dude from the Brother of Steel, not the Grand Poobah from it, you know.
How are you holding up? Don't look like...
Oh yes, Elder McNamara? Mix something, I don't know. I think it's mix something. Is it McNamara? So I know there's
How are you holding up?
Fort McCarran.
Sure.
So I get this nagging feeling that McNamara is like a... I might be getting that mixed up, but I think it's McNamara.
You take care now.
I want to try and keep Niner with me, I know for sure. For the most part, because he's got, like, story stuff that he says. because I might sequence break the game to get to something I want early. I'm not quite sure. I mean, I don't want to spoil too much, but I get a new companion near the end of the episode, and they don't have good armor or a good weapon. And I know where to get decent armor for my character in what I want to spec into, which is the heavier. I don't know. I still want to do. I'm torn. Kind of want to still do the lighter armors, but there's a perk tied to the Way of the Smashing Mutant that lets you regen health, which is like 1.5 per second, and on the second level of that perk, you even regen your limbs, which is really nice. Though, by the time I reach the level for that, I'll probably have enough healing items and stuff that it's not even an issue. Like, once I can make Hydra reliably, I'll just pop a Hydra and be good. Or I'll just keep doctor's bags on me, or on a companion, just jam a bunch of them on somebody. I don't know how long to keep that motherfucker with me. He does have, like, more dialogue and stuff beyond what I've shown off. I might have to go through all of it to get the extra stuff, because there's a little secret stuff in there that's gonna be fun to deal with. This is me pointing out that, like, they don't notice the enemy. Also, yeah, I'm probably gonna be getting a gun soon to replace these throwing spears, because they're fun-ish, but, like, when you've got companions who are just gonna shoot things anyway, it's... If I did, like, a no-companion run, I'd probably stick more with this build. If I ever did, like, a Caesar's Legion run where I specifically only wanted to do weapons that they use, I might use the spears and all that. But even then, you could just use the cowboy weapons. Because that's what I'm doing for the Legion build I have on the Xbox. The one that's like,
Oh, Larry. Whoa. They can't side.
Motherfucker!
Whoa. No wonder my happy heart sings. Your love has given me wings.
now that he's done singing, yeah, I've got a Caesar's Legion. Also, I feel like the graves respawned. I'm pretty sure on camera I looted these before. Oh, there's the furnace kicking in again. But, yeah, the... Shit, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, my Legion character. You know, they're dying of cancer, but long story, but they use cowboy weapons. I don't know why I'm stopping there, but... Because it didn't look like a full pause, because I can pause the video as I'm recording it. I do that sometimes now. Even those respawn. I don't know. Because I had to have come up here to do the one quest. I was just gonna not do voiceover, but I decided to do it anyway. My sinus infection, or whatever it is, like, was flaring up earlier, so I was having trouble breathing out. I could breathe in, but I couldn't breathe out too well. And that was, you know, gonna mess with my voice. Yeah, there we go, fat cat.
Mo-
As opposed.
Motherfucker.
I decided to just kind of cheat-ish to get up to here, so I could get the camera and then do all the stuff I wanted to. By bringing
You need to be
that
careful.
motherfucker along.
It's dangerous out here. Heck, I can smell.
You got a death wish? Come get some!
And I believe Victor showing up is one of the ways that they soft... So they do kind of guide you along the map if you don't quite know how the game works. If you know how to bypass stuff, and I know how to bypass some stuff, I know how to sneak through the Super Mutant area to get up into Vegas relatively safely with just a stealth boy. I could do that soonish to go get that armor I want. But, yeah, this is one of the ways they softly guide you, is by being like, hey, bunch of dangerous stuff where we don't want you to go. Same way that the Death Claws have, the Chomsky guy or whatever. Hit the fucking corpse. I think technically I could store...
Hey, Six, can we stop off somewhere? I need to buy some ammo.
I'm able to store throwing weapons by throwing them at my
And some
companions.
whiskey.
Just
some
for the
cigarettes.
fun of it.
Something to play with. Maybe a belt with a skull in it. That'd be good.
It also doesn't help that I don't have good depth perception. Is a problem I have. And I assume that depth perception is needed for throwing things.
He's gotta be real quiet, like. Yeah, come get some frickin' woods.
Also, I think I do take a look at the ragdoll stuff. But I didn't really find a way to make it less extreme. Also, look at you just shut the carapace out of him. I think the carapace is in the middle bit, yeah? Yeah, so I came up from behind me.
Everyone is stupid except us. Am I right, Six? Am I right?
love that leather jacket. It's really neat. Oh, I should give the leather jacket to that one companion I'm talking about. Now that I think about it. I think I've spared leather armor at base, and I should be able to repair that with that. Or I could give that companion the pre-order leather armor. Now that I think about it, doing voiceover isn't too far off from just doing it as like a live stream in terms of like, it's just raw bullshit going on. So with a live stream, you wouldn't see it edited down. So there's not much difference really. Besides like my live reactions possibly being funnier. But unfortunately, you know, it doesn't work for me. I might exhaust Bad Motherfucker's dialogue and then see if anything comes about of it. Because now I've got technically 3 companions as of the end of this episode. Well, 4 with Bad Motherfucker, but if I get rid of him, I'll have technically 3. One of them's really dangerous close range fisting. I've got Niner, who's decent DPS, and then I've got the other one, who... yeah, I need to get them equipment.
Sun's too bright. Is the sun always this bright? Man, I need some new shades.
I'm honestly half tempted to just get rid of
Don't
the fucking
touch Mr. Killingsworth.
4 eyes perk trait, I mean. So I can just remove it. Because I want to wear cool stuff like that.
Don't touch Mr. Killingsworth. Don't touch Mr. Killingsworth.
I'm looking at I'm looking at Bad Motherfucker and the mod page for it to see. Yeah, he does make everything easier. No, I thanks his wife at the end with a little winky face. I don't see how to get the extra dialogue. But here's some quotes regarding Bad Motherfucker. From Homer, we have, "I might be blind, but even I can see this mod is amazing." From Virgil, we have, "I sing a song of Bad Motherfucker." Also, yeah, the fire axe is like really good, but I like the hammer. Also, my skill level isn't high enough. I think that makes me swing slower. So once I get my melee up, that'll be better. Oh, Catullus, or Catullus, says, This mod made me touch myself." Chaucer, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but they say, "And what is better than wisdom? Bad motherfucker. And what is better than bad motherfucker? Nothing." Shakespeare's quoted as saying, "Perfection, thy name is bad motherfucker." Also, this is the Sirbu whatever. Little Sirbu super shorty. Which can be fixed with a single shotgun for some reason? That seems ridiculously overpowered. But I'm not gonna complain too much. That's some easy money for me. I'm gonna make some money soon. Or I could just give old Niner some 12 gauge ammo and he can use it. Oh yes, Voltaire. He himself said, "The greatest consolation in life is to play. Bad motherfucker." Tolstoy famously quoted as saying, "Hell is the inability to love. Heaven is bad motherfucker." And of course, the infinite wisdom of Hemingway himself. Good. Checking the post to see if there's any quotes. Not quotes, but, I might give him that. That would boost his DPS slightly. Though it might be a bitch to keep him nice and steady with 10 mil. Although you're gonna see up ahead, there's issues sometimes.
I know exactly what's...
With companions just emptying their guns. Oh yeah, I should have added the intimacy alcohol. If I remember right, that gives you like little perks whenever you sleep with somebody, depending upon your relationship with them, be it prostitute, lover, and bad motherfuckers included in a patch. Yeah, let's see. There's a mod that makes him look more badass. Let's see what this does. Oh! Yeah, that is dope. It gives him sunglasses and bigger armor. I love the fact that bad motherfuckers tagged with lore friendly.
Okay, but I know exactly what's in there.
Motherfucker.
I do like those goggles. But yeah, it seems like he built the character specifically to help him with mod reviews so that he didn't... So, like, Bad Motherfuckers is a big, strong dude and can take stuff out. So he's like just a companion who could just help kill things. Which is basically what I used to do this. I mean, this series is kind of like me reviewing a bunch of mods, only extremely messily and with far less level of professionalism than you might be used to from YouTubers. Of course, that's probably a joke. I've heard the GOG version is more stable. I might look into swapping over.
What?
Also, I don't know what adds the child. Or children. I think I saw another one.
Shine ever loving light on me.
It might be the initiation, but I'm not quite sure.
going down, pal.
Oh man, it's just like, in one hand, I would like to only bring like one companion, but at the same time, it's like, there's all these companions I want to bring, because they all got dialogue. Although I will get tired of Niner sooner or later. Yeah, it doesn't look like I get hit by their bullets.
Dude.
This is me trying to make them not immediately shoot everything.
Motherfucker!
And he just instantly starts shooting you more. I was worried about them hitting one of the kids. And as long as we were here, I was like, you know what? Might as well. Oh man, that is fun. Just rip its meat out in front of its parent.
Yeah, come get some frickin' wuss.
I could just tell Bad Motherfucker to use only his hammer. That way he's less.
Yeah, come get some frickin' wuss.
Come to gawk at the great cons, have you? Fuck off.
Everyone is stupid except us.
I've never actually been
Right,
over here before.
Am I right?
Getting a decent Great Cons reputation, actually. No, I have, because I've done this mod. I did this method. I came over here specifically just to get the map marker so I can get over here again. Because there's that bounty all the way up north. I kinda wanna do that. Oh man. Oh, fuck. I could just send back my other two companions.
Accept us. Am I right,
And
Six?
only keep
Right.
Niner for the time
Hey
being. So I mostly just wanted them for the quest mod that they're attached to.
God, Desert Swamp. What the fuck is this? Man, I need some whiskey.
There's little touches like that make me like it, because it's just like, he acknowledges that it's cold because it's nighttime now. I take some night vision weed coming up in just like a minute, and it's like way too early because it's just like in 30 or so seconds the nighttime would have gone. I'm half tempted to like whenever I do a future playthrough, probably in like a year or so, for like my own sake. I kind of want to mod it so that the time scale is changed a bit, because I do like games that have a longer time scale. I think Far Cry 2 did that, where it was like, time was 1/3 instead of 1/60th, like a lot of games do. As in, like, every minute in the game goes by as a second in real life. So in Far Cry 2, it would have been, you played for an hour, 3 hours pass in the game.
Could accept us. Am I right, Six?
I lose track of that. I think I went through the
Am I right?
world. I'm not seeing. It might be in the. Oh yeah, I think it's in that bush. Yep, I briefly saw it. I don't want to jinx myself, but I haven't really gotten addicted to anything yet, despite the fact that I have a perk that makes it a trait that makes it so I get addicted more easily. In exchange for being able to make all common chems. Mostly for, you know, the ability to get, I think, was it jet that I couldn't make before? Some shit.
Come on, hit me, you little bitch.
See, this is Chance's knife, pretty good weapon. I'm gonna keep it as my, like, my sidearm, if I need something that's fast. Because in terms of sheer DPS, it's a lot more
got a death
effective
wish?
than
Come get some.
the hammer. Well, no matter what, I want to keep the hammer as part of my build.
Yeah, come get some, you frickin' wuss.
Yeah, the next perk for the Wasteland Warrior stuff,
You going down, Tom?
I'm gonna get +1 intelligence and perception. Gain additional health from consumable items. And bonuses to thrown weapons, 10% crit chance and 25% crit damage. Yeah, at that point I only
Should've
need
run, you fucking prick.
40 survival and 40 melee. Which I believe I have both of those. I need to be level 14 to get that.
Railroad Bill. Railroad Bill. He's a prick and I don't like him. I'm gonna shoot.
No, roll, Bill. Yeah, just how. Think about all the ammo he dumped on the Cazadors. Probably like 150 bullets.
Am I right?
That's one of the reasons why I'm kind of hesitant to give him a weapon until. Yeah, I tend to prefer companions that don't use like automatics like that. That you know, Boone's nice because he uses slow fire sniper rounds that don't take. He doesn't waste them as much. And then Russell, he has his own automatic weapon that's an assault rifle, and it's stronger. I could take the shotgun from Doc Mitchell's office and then give him that shotgun. The one that's the, I think the TLZ, which I can turn into a sawed-off shotgun. It's actually really cool. It says it uses 20 gauge. That's a lot less expensive on my end to give him fed. I can always give him slugs that increases his effectiveness at range, so he's not just blasting as soon as he sees them and like not hitting them. It becomes more of like a two-shot really strong pistol. Could always keep it as a long arm, though. I mostly got it because coming down from the hand rollies. I mostly got it because I wanted a double barrel, because there is no straight up double barrel in this game, but also wanted a sawed-off shotgun that I could pull the trigger and then pull the trigger instead of just shooting both at once. And if you turn into a sawed-off, that's how it performs. It's functionally similar to
He's never see us.
the regular sawed-off. that pulls back the
Hi.
the
Bye.
bridge we saw outside. I gotta remember to... Oh yeah, this is... Oh no. Hey man, I'm a wasteland warrior. I can stomach that. I think it's my weapon that nudged it. Also, I need to figure out where I'm going to put all my unique weapons, because I do plan on, like, making a museum. I might spread it out across a couple
Welcome to
different-
Lollipops. You just found yourself the world's premier adult entertainment company.
a couple different houses. Because there's one from this mod, and then there's the squad.
Much more than that, friend. Strip clubs, dirty magazines, skin flicks, holo games, lingerie, sex toys. If it'd get you horny, Lollipops made it. Was a time whoring was illegal, except overseas and parts of Nevada outside the big cities. If you wanted to gamble and watch showgirls swing the titties at you, you went to the Strip. If you was looking for real action, the ass end of nowhere was where it was at. You think I ain't figured that out? But it'd be a damn shame to leave a cozy setup like this, and them clubs on the Strip don't want no competition moving no closer. We need to draw, something you dodge hungry critters and spend your last cap to get some. Ain't necessarily so. Golden Globes has been making skin flicks up in New Reno for years, but Lollipops was the original. You put this logo on it, gives it a certain... what's the word?
Je ne sais quoi.
Nope, that ain't it. It's more like... I don't know what.
It's funny.
That's it. Now, feast your eyes on this.
Myra, it said.
Look at the date. That's less than 5 years ago. Fella what gimme that said it was Larry Slater himself published it, with some help from a vault dweller. Well, that part's bullshit, but if somebody else can do it, I reckon I can too. I got a better claim to the name anyway. Maybe some, but you're missing the big picture. Slater started off with nightclubs, but Lollipops magazine made him rich, and the Vidges made him richer than the devil. Couldn't hurt, but there ain't much we can offer you can't get easier and safer in town. They got women, they got men, you want something squishier, they got ghouls, you want something stiffer, they got sex bots. I ain't this chatty with every yokel wanders in here. I could use a mover and shaker to help get the business back on its feet. You got to look.
With that option, and also you just...
I reckon not. You get what you pay for. Finder's fee's $200, $250. She got more teeth than scars. Or if you want to cut, you can buy in. We split the profit by shares. 100 caps a share, but I ain't selling more than half my stake.
I could kill him and take it over, but I wanted to keep his dialogue around. Also, I'm going to buy him out once I ruin the business. I'm going to do everything I can to reduce the value of the company. So yeah, that's going to be fun.
Suit yourself, but if business picks up, share price goes up. Smart money buys in at the bottom.
So I'll buy him out at like half price.
See them black boxes? Supposedly there's some kind of computer what shows dirty pictures. Sounds like a bunch of hooey to me. Every terminal I ever seen was just a bunch of green words. But if you can get 'em working, I'll buy you a beer. He ain't mysterious. He's mental. He walked here from D.C., his mama lived in a vault, he knows Larry Slater, and he's on a secret mission for the Brotherhood of Steel. If you believe all that, I got a dam for sale.
I like the texture on his gun.
It's all storybook stuff, and he got his stories crossed up some. See, Larry Slater run Lollipops back in the 21st. He built a vault for him and his cronies with shit he stole from Vault Tech, and the Federales hung him for it more than 200 years ago. Hell if I know. He come in here like some hotshot from the head office expecting a handout, so I run him off. Before he left, he give me that magazine, so I told him nobody's seen hiding her hair of the Brotherhood since the NCR whooped her ass. He might have got it in his head to ask them, in which case they most likely shot his crazy ass as a spy. I reckon so. Well, I reckon a mover and shaker ought to be able to get something on them screens. If they ain't really computers, paint 'em. Adios.
Looking around for
What's up?
Grogneck comics to see where I can find them to up my melee, but they're all in like bad spots. I'm trying to figure out what weapons he's good at. It takes me a bit to find the dialogue because it's just like,
What? This thingy? It's a headset. Yeah, it's a handy little thing. Yeah, I've got a spare on me. I always break them for some reason. We should be able to keep in touch with each other, no matter where we are now. Doesn't that sound fun? Just try not to press the button too much. It makes this real annoying staticky noise. Okay? Sure. Alrighty. More questions? Okay, go for it. I'll be honest with you, I ain't much of a marksman. I'm more of a skirmisher, you know? I'm pretty handy with a shotgun, or an SMG. Anything that keeps me light in my feet and at the front of the fight. If things get up close and personal, I can hold my own. Just don't expect me to be taking out power armored goons with a bat. Nah, not really, man. Blunt and efficient, it's the way to be.
I actually had to think about what to answer for the character because I'm using melee now.
We're gonna get along just fine, you know that. I was a breaker in my old gang, you know. I've always been fast on my feet, and I know how to throw enemies off their game. I'll set 'em up and you knock 'em down, eh, pal? Ain't too sure where I was born, but I spent most of my life in California. It's safe enough, I guess. I grew up in a town run by the NCR. Most kids just wanted to be soldiers. They see the guards with the uniforms and the way people respected them. We all looked up to them, you know. I guess I had a pretty cozy life compared to most kids out there. Nah, man, I hated it. Just being kept like that, it made me feel uneasy. Lots of reasons. Most of my friends, they went after the NCR training camps when they were still young. Some became farmers. See, that's what the average kid in California can look forward to. Being a soldier, or being the guy who feeds the soldiers. I decided to leave when I was still young. I doubt anybody even noticed. Come on, man, I ain't gonna talk about that.
I'm not really a fan of either of the options, but the top one is closer to like... Yeah.
Yeah, it just ain't right. You know, people deciding how your life's gonna turn out for you. I mean, they want to raise future bullet sponges. Trouble is, this one opened his eyes. Okay, see ya.
Because, like, yeah, their entire society...
Don't touch Mr. Killingsworth.
The country's to the point where they have, you know, a giant fucking army. And it's not too different from real life America now, and, you know, we have problems, and it's just like, yeah, I get wanting to get away from either having to be in the military or supporting the military. But there wasn't a good way to word that would fit how I would feel. Because my character kind of is like that, in that they wanted to head out and do their own thing.
You smell that, Six?
You might have to keep turning up the brightness, because it's just like, I'm used to having the brightness turned up fairly high. You know, got bad vision. Also, yeah, I was talking, and this is great comedic timing, him coming in. Oh, this isn't the first time that's happened with a companion. So this is interesting. If you aren't playing on very hard and all that stuff, and the game's super duper hard, this could be a way to look super dope with your own. It's got like layers and stuff, so you can put on like a shirt and then a jacket and then like underwear and then pants. I think underwear and then pants, and then shoes. And so you end up with only a DT of like 5 or 6. But like, you know, technically, I think the Wasteland perk makes it so that the Wasteland Warrior perk makes it so that I have a +3 DT if I'm not wearing heavy. Because I could just wear this cool stuff. Let me double check on the Wasteland Warrior. Oh yeah, 2 DT. In light armor or no armor. It's clipping because it's supposed to be just, it's a stackable thing. And in order to refuel it, you put in clothes. Yeah, I might just... I'm tempted to just use guns. Because while it is satisfying to beat things to death with a hammer, it's just like... It's a risky playstyle. I prefer guns. And my companions kill stuff before I can get to them. So I like throwing weapons. I'm looking at these perks. So I can get stuff like Throwing Mastery, which lets it so that I get 10% more damage, 5% crit chance, and 25% crit damage. Also, that's just pretty funny in general. Fucking unplug it, replug it. And then I can get another perk that boosts up. Yeah, basically the same stuff again, but at a higher level. So it makes them hit fairly hard, but it's the issue of hitting. So maybe if I start using like tomahawks and stuff instead, so that stuff, you know, I think it throws faster, and that's my main problem, honestly. I honestly should have taken that trait that makes you throw like 25 or 33% faster at a reduction of distance, because then it's just like I throw it, possibly stun them for a second or two, as they go like, oh, and I whip out my melee weapon. At the next level of the Wasteland Warrior stuff, I'm going to get 10% crit chance and 25% crit damage. So that's going to be nice. Oh man. Could have gone the route of the Darting Cazador. Also, I like how the shotgun is in that. The Darting Cazador makes it so that you get bonuses to move speed and dodge chance while wearing light or no armor, and also it's speccing into one-handed melee weapons. So, like the combat knives and all that.
Ah, stupid gun. Keeps making this clicky noise.
The lollipops, I believe, are like a
Slide
limited
this back. See what's going on.
item.
Ow, my finger. Ow.
There's only a handful of them in the game, I believe. I eventually paused the video because I get worried about the images becoming too much for YouTube, and I guessed right. And I pause on each so you can read what they say. I ran out of satire ones, and I was like, better pause it. I think, yeah, it's going to cut right back to when I'm done. And these are going to be, yeah, these are like the front pages from a couple of the years. I'm still a fat cat.
I'm occupied. If you're a customer, see the staff. Otherwise, see the owner. Thank you.
Well, if it ain't my favorite mover and shaker. So I seen, they sure is pretty. Have a beer on me. Squatters, come in with that fella what gimme the magazine. Purty one said they was whores, wanted to stick around. Ain't done much whoring, no. Must have found something real interesting on that terminal. Nope. Nosed around the basement some, then she saw the terminal, told her friend she was staying. He got weepy for a bit. Then he unlocked that big door, went through, and locked it behind him. Just as well, I reckon. He ain't come back, has he? Couldn't tell you, but they say Larry Slater had a tube train took him straight to any lollipops in the world, even Asia. But that's bullshit. That one had to be an elevator. Funny how time can twist a story. Not people, hookers. If you say so. Thought I explained that. Customers ain't gonna leave the safe little strip and mosey on out here just to see some titties. Of course, now that you mention it, if them whores would get on stage and shake the ass when he ain't got a customer, might liven the place up some. Here's some help wanted posters I printed up a while back. Damn things get tore down fast as you put 'em up, but paper's cheap. Ain't nothing to it. Convince somebody to get naked, take pictures, scan the film into the terminal, set the layout, and hit print. Machines do the hard work, then all you gotta do is sell 'em. Why don't you take this'n? Takes good pictures and folds up real small so you can sneak it in places where you ain't supposed to.
If you already had a camera, he meant it's that.
I was thinking you'd just charm their pants off and snap away. But now that you mention it, some of 'em might get sexier if they ain't worried their neighbors is peeking. Storage room would make a good studio. Fact, it used to be one. I'll get it cleaned out and presentable. Big gizmo bottom of the elevator. Terminal offloads pictures from your camera, lets you put in your editorials, interviews, articles, and whatnot. Then you just set the layout and hit the print button. When Lollipops first started doing hardcore, a bunch of do-gooders tried to shut him down. Said fucking for money was whoring, even if you film it. Went all the way to the Supreme Court, but Larry Slater hedged his bets meantime. Put a studio and print shop where whoring was legal. So prissy folk can claim they just read it for the articles. Honey won't let 'em buy a folder full of dirty pictures. You sell more that way. Lollipops magazine had a formula. I reckon it'll do us just fine. Your cover girl should have a hook. Somebody famous you never thought you'd see naked, or somebody real exotic. They called the pictures up front the foreplay pictorial. She was always the purtiest one, get 'em warmed up. Pictures in back was the big finish. Them girls was so sleazy you could smell it. Get your rocks off every time. I told you, there's nothing to it. You betcha. Damn straight it does, but I ain't got the equipment. Have a good one.
Oh, but yes, if you were doing the Michelangelo mission and got the camera through him, I believe you can also mention that, but he still says, oh, bring this anyway, being sneaky. But yeah, these already have,
Got something on your mind?
light them up, so
I need a drink.
I didn't bother customizing them. Although I might, the white kind of hurts my eyes.
Well, if it ain't my favorite...
The fuck do you want, Steam? No, I don't want to update right now. I gotta remember next episode to go and go up the ladder, because there is ammo up there. Also, I don't think it really matters what kind of weapon you have him use.
Railroad Bill.
I don't think he's a perk that makes it so that it changes.
I'm very busy. What is it? What are any of us looking for?
I was half tempted to say power and resources to back it up, but I didn't want to sound too, I don't know, nihilistic.
I can relate to that. Knowledge is power. I want to know who killed Fresca Coy. She lived before the Great War. She was a B-list porn star who became top director in the business. It was just idle curiosity until we found this place. But while we were searching for the tunnel, an entry on this terminal changed all that. Now I believe the answer can be found somewhere here in New Vegas. I'm not sure, but I have to know. She died in Vegas. Her death was supposedly an accident, but a news story on this terminal says the case was reopened right before the war started. I'm aware of that, but the police would have had a file. It says here the investigation was run by the Nevada Highway Patrol Clark County office. Thank you. I'm sure you'll find something useful. He's gone, and it's unlikely that he'll be back. He joked about that. He said that people who wanted have to look for it, but he wasn't looking, and it found him. Partly, but his mother was a prostitute, and the man who financed his expedition was a pornographer. I don't know. We met near the Mississippi. We faced a mutual enemy, and cooperating got us out of a jam, so we decided to travel together. Hard to say. He believed there was a tunnel underneath this building that would take him to California without any interference from the NCR. He gave me a new password in case I changed my mind, but what he's looking for is farther west. I hope what I'm looking for is here. I don't see why not. He was more concerned about something down there getting up here than he was about somebody following him. No, he's really not that interesting. Very competent, but not much imagination.
If I go too quickly with the dialogue, it's because, like, in the instant, I read faster.
Yes, I'm called simply Handler, when context would make the handler cumbersome. A bit degrading. I like it. Goodbye.
So if you can't tell yet, you might want to make sure you're not. It's hard to explain what you're about to see to any reasonable person.
You are looking at the finest piece of meat the wasteland ever produced. It's devastating and utterly without fear or mercy on the field of battle. But the pinnacle of its ability, its most insidious and effective application, is weakening the resolve of captives and hostages. We don't refer to it as him. It's called the Stag, and the horror your enemies will know when you unleash it is unsurpassed. I've been both. I'm currently neither. You're joking, right? The reproductive equipment is, as you can see, permanently erect. It could be a mutation, or just an insatiable desire to rape and maim. Possibly both.
Also, if you tried buying, it was like 10,000 caps. I was not about to do that.
I'm not so eager to join my ancestors, but I have carnal urges too, of course. Sometimes I pleasure myself while it exercises. Its yearning to inflict misery is like the thirst of a dying man. I imagine it quenching that thirst as I touch myself. Torn flesh, the sweet song of mortality wounded, the rapid, repetitive thrusting as blood and life ebb. No, I only achieve orgasm when it actually performs the task I fantasize about. Self-restraint is the foundation of my order. It made being a slaver difficult. The innocence in the pen, close enough to smell, to touch, and too valuable to waste. But the practice of restraint is unworthy and less difficult, so I bore the temptation. Other people's opinions are like rain on a sea, and those who would mock me have learned that when I am distraught, the stag becomes agitated. Yes, now you begin to comprehend its true value. Goodbye.
One of the times that I save. Because you can die from this. So I had to prepare myself. I believe you need 8 endurance, but I want to doubly make. I want to make sure that I had healing and all that ready. And also, like the old saying says, you gotta take it like a man. And this lets you convert the sex of your character. Guy Morgan doesn't look much different from
Yes.
Girl Morgan.
Of course. Yes, as I already explained, and as should be abundantly clear. That would be unwise, but perhaps wisdom isn't one of your attributes. I'll instruct it to accommodate your desires. Selling your gear will compensate me for the use of its time. In the unlikely event you survive, dreams of your lingering agony will be payment enough. It will be ready, should you so decide, although I admit I find that unlikely. Goodbye.
Oh no. The things I do for companions. There's Sasuke. I was worried it killed me because it kept going up, and I was like, "Oh, is he raising me up?"
You survived. I'm impressed.
Yeah, stag isn't my type, so I wasn't gonna say anything like that.
The words of a philosopher. It would seem there's more than one path to enlightenment. We will serve you as you see fit, Master. Your wisdom matches your endurance, Master. In my order, there is no difference. I serve as you see fit.
I believe if you do, she eventually goes about how the stag is a weapon meant to be wielded by tyrants.
It would be my pleasure, Master.
But yeah, I think I'm just gonna kick them to the curb temporarily until I can get until I actually do stuff related to the quest. Though that is fairly soonish. But still gotta go through Prim. And yeah, you can in fact ask him to do it again. Also, his chest is weird and messed up. Weird, like, texture issue. I am half tempted to play more, but I'm just like, it's to the point where like my hip is acting up. I don't want to sit here for too long. I don't know quite where Hilly sleeps. I don't even think he's gonna be sleeping, because it's what? What time is it in game? I think it's like noon or 1. I think he's just down here to mess with the benches. Yeah, he's probably just down here to mess with the benches down there. But yeah, as I check her out, she only has the riding crop. I gotta get better equipment. So yeah, it looks like I'm gonna cut it here. So see you next episode. Bye.